Hello, everyone. So this is Team Giraffe, and we're presenting for milestone 2. Our design research questions includes the first question, what type of communication messages that the user would like to add to the system? So this question can basically set up the direction for our design, and it also helps me understand the types of messages that our design should support. Second question is what scenarios do user feel hard to communicate while driving? This question is very important in the case that it helps understanding the current problems and it also points out the pain points that a system should cover. So the original design problem was to have a way to make the communication easier on the road, and we want to make it as efficient as possible. But here we are facing the problem that we need to also make sure that the new design does not become a distraction. So we should maybe consider modifying the brake lights some other simple design strategies to make sure that we use simple and non-destructive form of technology. So here comes the updated design problem. Our current communications situation is that it's very limited and it can introduce stress and fatigue or also accidents. So we need to have an efficient way to reduce the misunderstandings and without distracting the drivers. So this design should both explore the new tools and improve the existing signals. Like we suggested before to change the brake lights. So here are the higher level themes. The first theme is that the drivers need communication that is positive, effortless, and context aware. So our synthesis is that from interviews, we found that the drivers want softer, positive ways to communicate. For example, saying thank you, but they do not want the manual input while driving. And from the survey, we noticed that the drivers prefer clear and culturally familiar icons that minimize the confusion. Our conceptual model is effort versus benefit curve. So we found that the lower the effort required, the higher the likelihood of the usage. And there are some potential design implications. First of all, the design context where auto-triggered communication signals, for example, the system detects a merge and it could suggest the automatic thank you to other users. And we want to use simple and universal icons and probably with short texts because we want to make the communication less ambiguous and we would like to reduce the cognitive load because people are driving and they do not have enough attention for watching for very long texts. So the second theme is that critical need to improve the brake light communication without adding distractions. So as I mentioned before, from the interviews, drivers feel that the brake lights are very ambiguous, especially when we're judging if the electric vehicle is braking and how hard it is braking. We cannot guess very properly. And from the survey, we also notice that many of them fear manual interactions because the manual interactions can cause more fatigue and distractions. The conceptual model we use here is the situational awareness model. This means that enhancing the vehicle signals and improve the driver's understanding at a glance. The potential design implications is that we can redesign the brake lights to communicate the deceleration intensity. So, for example, we can have the a bar light indicating the level of how hard the brake is being pressed. And we can also explore non-manual and passive communication cues to improve the safety without requiring the driver's action. For example, we can have the AI-empowered suggestions to respond to other communications. And that's it. Thank you.